New Zealand Flower Growers President Daniel Sherman says he wants a meeting with the Ministry for Primary Industries in light of the report into PSA released earlier this month, which showed major shortcomings in New Zealand's biosecurity systems. He says the report has major implications for New Zealand's flower growing industry.
It's simply a reflection, I guess, of what we've been saying to MPI for a number of years, highlighting that there are deficiencies in their risk assessment process.
He says its risk assessment processes are weighted towards the requirements of the World Trade Organization rather than protecting our environment and are out of date. He gives an example of a risk assessment on flowers exported from South Africa.
Yes, it took them about 10 years to actually get to the point where they started actually processing, or they were still processing that risk assessment. And I said, well, if you actually had some industry involvement, we would be able to tell you that there actually is no flower exporting industry in South Africa.
But Deputy Director General of Compliance and Response for the Ministry of Primary Industries, Andrew Coleman, denies these claims.
I'm not too sure where the out-of-date comment comes from. They're reviewed all the time, both internationally and domestically. They're informed by science and research.
And Mr Coleman says the industries need to talk to the ministry, something they haven't been doing.
It's not only the ministry should be talking to the industry, but it's the industry who should be talking to the ministry, because what I think the review highlights is that it wasn't perhaps two-way. In fact, it was no way, which was not a good place to be.
Something Mr Sherman found hard to believe.
Although we have offered time and time again to be involved in the process and to help them be more up to date with the risks, we've had very little, if nothing, really ever asked or requested from us in that regard. So we've offered verbally and in writing, and that's gone over many years perhaps he's not aware of.
The PSA disease caused around $400 million in losses after it swept through Bay of Plenty kiwi fruit orchards, wiping out many of the Hort 16A gold vines. The independent report into biosecurity at New Zealand's border exposed it as being substandard, deficient, and conducted by a Ministry for Primary Industries out of touch with industries. It highlighted multiple biosecurity failings relating to the importation of kiwi fruit material, resulting in the New Zealand Kiwi Fruit Growers Organisation considering legal action. There are over 1,000 flower growers in New Zealand, contributing hundreds of millions of dollars to the economy each year. If a pest or insect was to get through our biosecurity, the impact would be devastating to more than just our flower industry.
An insect could affect a whole range of crops, not just cut flowers. As I said, kiwi fruit, viticulture, top fruit, as well as causing issues for cut flower growers.
For Mr Sherman, his meeting with the ministry, set down for August, can't come soon enough. John Watson, Auckland, Country 99 TV News.